What's up, guys? Welcome into the Funshop Podcast with Greg and Ronnie. What's up, Greg? How you feeling today?
What's up, man? You know, doing all right. Had 3 calls with eBay customer service, so that's always fun.
Ooh, you're going to have to tell me about that. We're streaming to you live from Los Angeles, California. It's Wednesday, 5 p.m. Tell me about this eBay call. Was it a robo spam, or who'd you talk to?
No, I just had a couple issues with my account, so I had to call up the customer service. I have the direct line. Okay. It takes you to the U.S. office.
Okay.
So
at least you're getting a U.S. office.
Yeah. It's kind of like something that you get sort of with the store that I have. And no, it's just dealing. I got some returns. I had some guy said I shipped him a pin, and he said he got it and it was open, like the package was open. So I was figuring out how to deal with that, and then another guy opened up a case for something he said he didn't receive, and then as soon as it was delivered, he closed the case and opened a return.
Okay, was it funny business, or is it?
I don't know.
Legitimate?
I just wanted to see, like, I get when things kind of sort of happen that I'm a little weary about. I usually like to call eBay just to like put a note on the account,
right?
Because I was like, well, it's kind of weird that he opened the case and as soon as he got it, he returned it. So I just want to make sure like I'm doing it right. It was just funny because like the first guy like was totally unhelpful. Like I was driving this morning and he acted like couldn't look up my account, and I told him I think he got mad because I kind of he sounded like he didn't want to be at work.
Understandable.
Like, I was like, okay. Look, man, I've worked at Ticketmaster. I know it sucks being on the phone, but like, just do your job, basically.
Could you tell what city they're from their accent or anything?
Nah, he just seemed like so over it, and then he
right.
said, "I'm now going to hang up because you're being aggressive."
Wow.
And I was like, all right, whatever.
He said, I've seen your messages on eBay. I know about you.
Yeah. Well, the next guy called, right away. He said, he's like, "Oh, how you doing today?" And the other thing is like, they always look to see how long you've been on eBay, and so he's like, "Oh, thank you for being a member for 27 years."
I like when they do that. Yeah,
and
they
so
do that
he's like,
calls.
"Actually, you're the longest eBay member that I've talked to today." I said, "I'm old."
Yeah. You should have said, "I'm the oldest too."
I am the oldest too. I don't know why I would have said that. Would have been funny though. I don't know. He hadn't helped me with my problem yet, so I didn't want him to think. The other guy already made me feel like I was being aggressive,
right?
So
it could be all a matter of blood sugar levels. Whenever I see someone when they're not like in the best mood, I'm like, they probably haven't eaten yet.
Look, I try to give the benefit of the doubt. I mean, I have notoriously like not patient on the phone, and it's something that I've been trying to be better at, especially with customer service. The whole like you get more bees with honey type thing,
right?
But then at a certain point, like. This morning when I called, it was to the point where the guy, I said, "Look, I only have like 2 or 3 returns going on. Can't you look at them?" He's like, "I can't see it." He's like, "Can you give me the order number?" I said, "I'm driving." I said, "Okay, well, I'm going to look at my phone while I'm driving. If I crash or something, then just know that you can't find it." Maybe that's what he was talking about. That's being aggressive.
Right.
So I look it up, at the light. And then after I give him the whole spiel, he's like, "Oh, is this to do with the knife?" It wasn't even a knife. It was a pin. So he wasn't even paying attention.
Yeah, he's not very helpful. I'm glad the second guy was.
The second guy was very helpful. The first guy was just like, I know. Maybe I was a little passive aggressive now that I think of it. But at the same time, the other guy, he didn't ask me for some known number. I said, "Look, man, I'm driving. Like, if you really need me to look up a number, I can pull to the side of the road." He's like, "No, I don't need. I could see it right here."
All right.
Yeah.
It's just, that's why they have more than one person working there. That's all it takes. All right. That's all it takes.
But then I was scared because when I called back, I was like, what if I get the same guy? And then, he's going to, or I didn't want to have him put a note like, beware aggressive person.
Right.
What do they call it? The Scientology, like if you're, like if they shun you from Scientology.
Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't remember. It's like something like you have to disassociate from like
going
everybody.
Woke. I feel like we've been on a Scientology kind of kick fetish, whatever you want to call it, the past couple of days.
We went to Rood shop yesterday to look in for our pop-up this weekend, and you were like, I'm on my way, and you were like, I'm at Scientology with Freddie. We're going clear.
I got there early, and I always see Patrick's posts about their soft serve specials on Mondays. Of course, it wasn't Monday when we were there, but I'm like,
At Scientology?
no, no, down.
Oh, at Besties.
Yeah, at the Besties
I was
vegan,
gonna say.
place down. But it's just so interesting walking that block, and it's like just knowing, what little I know about their religion and what goes on and stuff. Just being around this weird blue building and stuff, and like looking around at people dressed the same in their uniforms.
It's all true, right? I mean, L. Ron Hubbard wasn't just a science fiction writer and didn't just want to start a religion. Like, everything he says is true. And the more money you give him, the more true it is. Just letting you know.
Thank you. That's more knowledge for me. I didn't know that about Scientology, but
I remember when I first moved here. We lived in like East Hollywood, like right by Franklin Village. So I would walk from Hollywood and Bronson, where we lived, over to Franklin Village because I was going to take the dogs to the groomer there. And you'd always you'd walk past the Celebrity Center, and those buildings that are right by there, I think all the people that work there live there. So sometimes you'd be walking, and they all kind of wear this very like utilitarian, like like all the men and women wear these like button-up shirt, pants. So it's like very like everybody's equal,
right.
And it was always strange because they were like walking, and if you said like, "Oh, hi, good morning," or something, they just kind of like turn the other way and like keep walking, I guess.
Okay, they didn't want to.
They
didn't even want to associate with people.
I just think they're probably too worried because like I probably look like a troublemaker to them, so they're like, "Oh, he's probably gonna say something about Xenu or something," and it's like too early for that, But then someone else told me that it was like this woman I know, and her like other female friends like went to somehow got invited, or were like, "Oh, let's go to the Celebrity Center just for like something." And she said it was so weird because like at a certain point they brought in this like super attractive guy, and like he may or may not even been wearing like a shirt, or if he was like wearing like a super tight so you could see like all his muscles and stuff. And she was like, she totally split, like, "Oh, I kind of feel what's going on," like, but her friends like totally got like hooked in and like stayed there for hours or something.
What the heck?
I mean, I'm not implying that anything, but I'm saying
whoever's watching, I am completely susceptible to that sort of
honeypots,
enticement and luring. Completely will work with me.
Yeah.
Which is why I don't understand why there's no more religions in Thailand. There should be a lot of religions there.
With I don't know where you're going with this, but
I don't know. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But yeah, down in that area, got there early, went to Besties.
What'd you get at Besties? The soft serve?
I'm so glad you asked. I looked at their menu. There was an item called the bong water. So I'm like, what is that? Let me have it. It was like some cold brew. It was like cold brew coffee with some soft serve in it, and they dummy it up with a little extra syrup thing or whatever. I mean,
yeah, I love Besties. I mean, I'll definitely be getting lunch there this Sunday when we do our pop up. But they actually just opened. Remember, I think we were going to go out there, but it was the opening, like the kind of special opening was like right after I think our first podcast.
Okay,
but they just opened the one at the farmers market in LA. So yeah, man, like Matt Fontana, like if you know that name, like he's a G in streetwear and sneakers and so many different things, and he's been around for a long time, and I think this is probably the best. I mean, I remember when I first went in there, he said that he really wanted to make it kind of like a New York deli, like a vegan New York deli, but make it as like authentic as possible.
That's what it feels like, except cleaner.
Yeah, it's a lot cleaner. And I mean, dude, the sandwiches are incredible. Like, it was funny because I was talking to someone today about how, like, since I've been doing intermediate fasting, I can't eat as much food, but I get full quicker.
Yeah.
But I had to house the whole sandwich. It was so good. 12 inch. I can't remember the name of it, but it was like some phony bacon and ham and I don't know, and lettuce. And, before everyone says, like, why do you want stuff that tastes like meat? Like, look, deli slices isn't meat. It's a bunch of crap inside, so you really can't tell if it's animal meat or if the only thing you can tell the difference of is fat. because animal meat has fat. So don't come with me like, why are you going to eat it? It's like, look, you can't make a vegan rotisserie chicken. You can't make a vegan steak, even though they're trying. So there's just certain things you can't replicate. But if you try to say like, oh, why are you eating like cold cuts or a burger? It's like, dude, it's a burger. I don't think people realize this, and I know this excites you, but like when you go to like McDonald's and get a burger, there could be 1,000 different cows in that burger. And I know that thought makes you excited.
Meat is murder, man. so I've heard.
Anyways, I don't know. Anyways, Besties is awesome, and it's literally like a 5-minute walk from the Rood shop. Ronnie and I went there yesterday just to, powwow with Patrick and kind of, or parlay. I guess powwow might not be the right, just talk about planning out Sunday. So we're gonna be there from 12 to 6.
I think to 5. The shop is from 12 to 5, I think.
Oh, okay. So 12 to 5 we'll be there. Ronnie just posted stuff on the Funshop Podcast of what he's bringing. So if you look at this stuff and you're like, this doesn't look like what Greg usually sells, that's because this is what Ronnie sells. But he did have one thing I thought was cool is you're bringing, and I forgot, well, I remembered when I saw the photo and then when you also talked to Patrick, but you're bringing a good amount of your Mishka collection to sell. Some of the stuff you don't wear anymore. And I noticed in the photo you had some of the watches that we did a while back.
Yeah. I had a couple of them in the coffin cases. I don't remember the names of them, but there's like one digital Casio one, and the other one's just like Mishka homegrown with a bunch of weed leaf prints on it and stuff.
They weren't the worst. They weren't the best made watches, but they weren't the worst. And I
want to say they were like $20.
Yeah, they were like $20
watches. What do you expect? You're buying it for the coffin.
The coffin was cool.
The coffin cover is so cool.
This is a whole other thing. Those guys that started that company that licensed it, we don't talk anymore. Okay. But I will say that when we were working, the fact that they paid the extra money to make the coffin, because that was a whole they didn't have to do that, right? Because they could have just put it like in a generic box or like a case and a sticker, but they had to make a custom die and mold to make that box. So I think that was one of the coolest. Made it really
stand out.
Yeah, for sure.
I think there was a Lemoore drawing one, right? The watch with Lemoore drawings on it. Or
there was like a Lemoore drawing,
and then there was like a U.S. flag one. And I think there was like a gold.
But I think the flag, wasn't it in like magenta and black?
Right.
It was kind of, because sometimes we do the flag in like different colors. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's cool.
But you could tell it was the U.S. flag.
And so I'm gonna bring I'm gonna bring some stuff that I have in my eBay shop now, like especially because for people that haven't been to the Rood shop, it's primarily vintage T-shirts, but he does sell like magazines and like hat accessories and little tchotchkes and stuff. So we're gonna I'm gonna bring some vintage tees. I'm gonna bring a few things from my personal collection.
Yeah. I think it'll be fun to check out. I think we're both bringing like a box of like rave flyers.
Oh yeah, right? I told you. I found this folder this weekend of this like probably like 200 or 300 rave flyers from Seattle area.
That's great.
But I didn't.
A lot of Donald Glaude.
I don't know, man, because I wasn't a raver. I told you that. I'm sorry, bro.
No,
I just wasn't into the rave
it's
thing.
All right. It's all right.
I just missed it.
It was a place and a time, and it was some of the people in our generation did it, some didn't. And
I was more of a punk. I was more of a punk rocker.
I
get
it's
just
it.
the way it was.
I get it.
I wasn't a big, and I didn't do drugs back then.
Straight edge.
Yeah, so I don't know, like. Rave wouldn't have been fun if I wasn't on drugs.
So would you go to like Warped Tour and stuff, or you're like, nah, Warped Tour is for the posers?
Oh no, no, we went to Warped Tour because when Warped Tour first started, it was kind of like there were still bands. I remember sneaking in to the first Warped Tour. I'm not proud. I mean, whatever.
No, we snuck into raves. So,
Yeah,
I mean, that's what you do as kids.
I do remember though. I think the first Warped Tour I went was 97 or 96. I think it was 97. It was one of those years because I graduated in 97, so it might have been. But the funny thing that I remember was I remember Limp Bizkit playing.
Yeah, heck yeah.
And everybody like hated him. And then I remember Fred Durst was like, "Fuck you guys, we're gonna be famous. You don't even know."
Wow.
And then then I saw yesterday he has like an afro and he just punched a a drone that was flying in front of a microphone.
I mean, but this is after this is like post Limp Bizkit,
Yeah.
+3, you know, like
I'm just saying this is yesterday. No,
Yeah.
but it was funny though, because I just nobody knew who it was, but I do remember, and I think it's kind of like a hot vintage tee now. I do remember they were selling like those Burger King shirts that said Limp Bizkit. And even back then as a punk, I kind of thought it was cool because I was like, as dumb as the name is to me right now, and as like, I have no idea who these guys are. Like, I did like the fact that they just made a shirt that said Limp Bizkit in the Burger King font.
Yeah.
Because that font is like, I don't know, it's just such a G font.
it's just the Burger King logo, and it says the Limp Bizkit inside.
Well, like the Burger King logo, like the Burger King with like the bun.
Yeah.
But it just said Limp Bizkit.
Right.
Because I guess it's backwards, right? Yeah, like
I need to do some research to see who produced their albums and stuff to see, did they work with like a Rick Rubin and
probably.
like
I don't know.
it was just like, so cleanly produced, like new metal.
Yeah, I mean,
And it
I think
kicks
everybody,
ass.
like I was watching the Lollapalooza documentary,
Yeah, of course. 99.
and like when they were playing like I did it all for the nookie. Come on, the nookie. Come on, so you can get the cookie. Stick it up your stick it up your I mean, I don't know. It's like you could. Why did I wait so long? It's like, and then there's that weird like the bass player. He had like the eyes, or was that the guitar player?
I think that's the guitarist. Yeah.
Yeah, I always liked him when I was a
know
kid
the
because
names.
like I always liked when I watched even as like a teenager when you're watching like MTV and it was sort of crossing over, you'd always want somebody to come on that would like do something they weren't supposed to do.
Yeah.
So I feel like that dude would always just be weird, but they weren't. I don't know. Whatever. That's
Yeah.
a weird time. I'm kind of glad though I missed all that shit. Like it was kind of like I got out of that like scene, like like the hardcore punk music emo scene. Like to me, like into the late '90s and 2000. Like that wasn't my era.
Huh.
So it's really strange because a lot of people really have a lot of fondness for that Y2K right now,
Yeah,
and
for the
I'm
bands
just
from
like, I never got into new metal.
You should have been. Maybe you should have been Raven.
I never got
You should
into
have
new
been-
metal or like funk metal or like emo metal.
With every every band, with like even within an album, right? Like depending on how the song is, like you can argue, you could put a new name to it, and argue
Right.
this one and this way and that way. And there's so many like music writers and stuff that
I also have
that's just the way it is.
really bad taste too. So don't listen to me because I'm not. You don't want to know. I can't. When it comes to music, I'm like,
It's okay.
yeah.
You listen to what
I
makes
listen
you
to what I
happy.
like,
Yeah,
you
listen to
know?
what makes you happy.
What kind of music you into? Everything except rap and country.
Yeah,
Just kidding.
rap and country are hot, man. Beyonce is
Rap
and
is
country.
country.
There you
Country is
go.
rap. Rap is hip hop. Is country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can, I remember, like, it must have been 20 years ago when, like, the mashups first started with, like, the Avalanches and, like, Too Many DJs and stuff. And that was all just, like, everything recognizable. Like, if they fit and it works, then, they mash it together. And that started
Yeah.
a whole new thing. And that's all pop music,
Dude, that's all the world is now. Mashing, breaking, dancing, talking.
Yeah.
What
That
else?
mashup.
Cucking.
It's weird how, like, I don't know, when I do look at the entire spectrum of, like, the 1+1, with music and mashups, it works with mashups. It's a very, very temporary place and time, and that's it. When you start mashing things up, when it's like not time related but space related, then it gets played, like it gets played out for me like quicker. You know what I mean? I don't know who was it talking about, like some famous person said that. I forgot what quote it was. They were talking about like, yeah, music is like art for time, and like
Music is a dancer. It's your soul's companion.
wait, what is that? I don't know.
Wait, so no, sorry. What were you saying?
No, I don't
Music?
know. I'm gonna have to go back. I'm gonna misquote it, and it's gonna be all messed up. But it was talking about like music and art in relation to time and space, right?
Right,
Like,
okay.
music is how you decorate time. Art is how you decorate space.
Right.
I forgot who it was that talked about that, but using that kind of perspective in looking at mashups. You know what I mean? Like music mashups. They're just a moment in time. It comes and goes, and that's it. But when it's
Right.
art related, it gets molded. It gets moldy real quick. I don't know.
All right. I look, I trust you, what you're saying. I believe you, and I encourage you to continue.
I feel like I've not uncovered, but I feel like it's a valid point there, and I'll fight to the death anyone that wants to say
someone make a
otherwise.
comment. Tell us what you think.
Yeah.
So let's see. This weekend was kind of wild, right? So we had the All-American show, which was
the
great
Glendale
as usual.
show.
The Glendale show.
Loved it.
Yeah, we were there both on Friday
Yeah.
at VIP day. Got
Yeah.
there around 10:30.
Yeah.
Everyone was outside, trying to.
My first time standing in line, it was amazing to see, like, oh, that's the vendor line.
Yeah,
And
no, it's
we're in
kind of
this
fun.
line, like,
Yeah,
oh, and you can wave hi to the sellers,
peek behind
and
the
see their wares.
curtain.
Yeah. But once we got in, I saw that some people, like you saw the people that just walked in are scrambling to set up, and then some people were set up already, and I wanted the inside scoop. So I asked them, I'm like, how'd you get set up so quickly? And I don't think they really wanted to tell me.
No,
the
I think I
secret,
told you
but-
last time. I think you can set up. The problem is I think it's it's like extra money because it's, the amount, it's all, I think that space is all rented by time. So I think that's why it's, they're very, that it's a full day show and then the Friday's the setup. So.
Yeah.
But I thought it was good.
I don't know why some sellers didn't want to disclose that to me. I just wanted to hear them say, like, oh, we paid extra or whatever.
Well,
you know?
maybe, I don't know. That's what I was, or maybe, I don't know. Maybe we're blown. Maybe not everybody knows you can set up the day before, but I'm pretty sure, because I've done the show once, and I'm pretty sure when I got the documentation, it said you could set up the day before, but it's an extra fee.
Especially if you got to set up on that higher stage area with the stairs.
Well, yeah,
I think
you
got to set up through the back if you're going to.
Well, those people, I feel like the guy that, what's the guy who, I always forget his name. He has blue. I'm sorry, dude. I'm sure he's not watching.
It's okay.
It's like the dude who always has like the Buddy Lee dolls in the lane. He loves that lane.
I don't know.
Shirt
I just know the Red Vines guy.
Well, I'm talking about the guy in the corner. The guy in the corner by
on
the
the
back
stage?
that has all the Buddy Lee dolls, has the Batman stuff, always has like crazy like advertising pieces
Right
and
before you
displays.
go up. Right before you go up.
No,
the stairs.
like I'm talking about more towards like the back corner towards like the snack bar.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
Sorry.
Blue something vintage. Somebody will say he's got really cool stuff, but I'm always like, he definitely has set up beforehand because like
he has the glass displays.
Yeah, glass displays. So I feel like those people like and that have like higher end stuff.
The Batman, the guy with the Batman stuff.
Yeah.
Where you're like, how do people have all this? It looks like a real store.
So you bought a couple things, right?
I bought a few things. There was a seller that had a few like Sorayama statues.
Oh, yeah.
Japanese Sorayama statues, and they were priced really well. I had to get one of those. I forgot what else I got.
The Triumph.
A Triumph insult dog. Yeah.
Oh, that was kind of tell that story. That was kind of a funny one.
So it started off because I finally had a chance to, talk to Jim real quick, to get the skinny on what's up with the national anthem and stuff. And, there was another seller there too. Like, we were by their booth. So he kind of gave the rundown, like, spilt the tea about, the little drama between, the longtime people that have been there and, some egos and, bumping heads and stuff. So long story short, it was just easier not to do it because, for one reason or another. And then, after we had our little, conversation, I saw, the lady that was there that was talking with us, she had a Triumph, the comic insult dog from Conan O'Brien, right?
Like the
it was a
talking doll, right? Yeah.
And I saw it and it was priced at one thing and I, wanted to ask them if they had wiggle room. And she's like, oh, let me have to check with my, I don't know if it was her son or who she had to check with. But when she was dialing to check with them, another older gentleman came up and was like, oh, I was going to buy that dog. I was going to buy that. And I was first. So just really, really weird, to enter a conversation like that. And we're just kind of taken aback by this guy. And we're like, okay, how should we handle this? So, I mean, I kind of backed away and I'm like, I told the seller, whatever you want to do, if you want to sell it to him, that's fine. And she kind of looked at me and she's like, well, what do I want to do? And she was kind of giving me, putting the ball in my court. And then this gentleman that wanted to buy it was like, oh, if you're going to let him have priority, then forget about it. You know,
Yeah.
like just because she kind of let me kind of take the reins and you know whatever I wanted to do. You know, when I was just like whatever you want to do. So we were both kind of like playing it easy, and this guy was just like kind of like
listening to you again, it's interesting because that's happened before, and that's one of those weird things that you have to be careful about. And not you, but like the other guy, right? Because I've been the other guy before.
Okay, right.
In this sense, right? Because essentially that Friday is a dealer setup. Right? Like you're allowed to go there as a customer, but you also, whether you're there as a customer or not, the dealer is still setting up, right? So I remember I was in a situation where I was doing a paper show and I went into a booth and I saw these, some images that I wanted. And I asked people, I'm like, oh, where's the guy? Oh, they're not there. So I went and did a walk, and then I came back, and like another dealer was holding the images, and I was like, oh, I was gonna buy these. I was like waiting, and he's like, well, he kind of was like, too bad, and what he said to me, and so this is a weird thing, and this is what he told me to do, and this is what generally people say to do, but unless you're comfortable with the person, it's not like the only way to avoid it would have been that guy to like take down the dog and like put it under the table or put it on a chair. And so that's sort of the answer to that.
Right.
But it's a really weird thing, especially if you don't know the person. But that's the only, so I guess if you're in the situation where you're a dealer and you're in a VIP situation, sometimes people walk away from their booth, and it's hard because if you see a good deal or you want something, you really don't want to walk away from it. And you also don't want to assume that when you come back and do a loop, there's going to be someone else there ready to buy it, which was you.
Right.
And in the other case were these other dealers. And, and I was mad at the dealers first only because, like, I felt there should be a little camaraderie, like dealer to dealer, like being like, hey, man, I wanted these, but he was kind of like, too bad. You should have put them somewhere.
Right.
But yeah, that's an odd one. But at the end of the day, it's like, to me, you're there, if you're there and the seller agrees that you're there first, like that guy can like kick rocks, basically.
Right. It was on Saturday, not Friday, so it wasn't like the VIP day.
Okay.
So I don't know if that changes it.
Still, no.
But still, this guy still kind of like was kind of bullish, and very emotional with everything instead of like rational and like, well, let's figure this out, And even, I mean, if at the end he walked away, if he wanted to buy it, it's like, here's the money.
No, and that's the thing.
But he decided to walk away.
At the end of the day, you did the right thing. You were just like, look, it's not that big of a deal.
Whatever you want to do, you know. Yeah. I wasn't even trying to make a call. He instigated everything, Yeah.
Well, like I said, I wonder if it was the same situation where he saw it, the seller wasn't there, and he was like, oh, I'm going to go do a walk. Take a walk around the the show and then come back. Yeah.
But that's
whatever.
how shows are. I've done the same thing.
No, dude,
right?
you
got to stay there if you really want it.
Or you got to just buy it when you see it.
Yeah. Because it might not be there a second time
if it's
you go
a good,
around.
like, I bought that Bebo clock. I have the little Bebo thing. I bought that Bebo clock this weekend. It was up on the stage.
Right.
I already sold it because that's just what I do. But I made a nice little profit on it, and it was funny because.
Do I know who bought it?
Probably.
Okay.
But it was funny because he's like, oh, where did you find it? And I was like, I found it on the stage. And I think what happens is a lot of people don't go to the stage first. But I've had such luck. I've had such luck over the years on the stage that I generally like to go there right away.
I try to go there right away too. I went there the first time, and some guy tried to give us some Funko Pops for free, and we're like, save them for kids, like this isn't really our thing. Like kids will appreciate it anyway.
Right.
So, and also the Red Vines guy is always up there. I'm always like, I had maybe 4 or 5 Red Vines.
I forgot to grab some Red Vines, but yeah, I remember that.
Always eating Red Vines. Yeah. Oh, they're so much better than Twizzlers. I also
feel like you never know. I mean, like there's a few dealers up there that they just sort of have a bunch of just like random stuff.
Yeah, I like some of the random stuff.
So it's like the Bebo was totally kind of out of place from what the other guy was selling, But yeah, no, I mean, look, dude, I need that show. I mean, if you're in SoCal or you get a chance to be in town for that show, it's one of my favorites, and it's always fun.
Every time, more and more 80s, 90s, more. I mean, I don't want to say modern, but like
one of the more interesting things I found from one of the dealers. They
What you got?
So this is so obviously I'm cards. I like trading cards. We both do. So this is actually This is actually one of the most desirable sets in vintage baseball. It's a 1933
Hideo Nomo.
Huh?
Hideo Nomo.
I don't know what you're saying.
Oh,
is that one of the new
No, he's
Japanese?
He's an old guy.
Oh.
Never. Sorry.
So this set, 1933 Gaudi. I mean, it has Babe Ruth in it. One of his early cards, and
this is not Babe Ruth, though.
No, this is Bill Dickey, still a Hall of Famer. If you're looking at the front of this card, it looks basically pack fresh in my opinion. But then if you see the back, it was pulled out of a scrapbook. But I mean, like I was telling you, like if this back was nice, I could see this grading like a 6 or 7. Maybe even maybe a 7, which would make it like a $3,000 plus card.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
In this condition, I put it up on eBay, started at $9.99, which is what I paid for it. I paid $10 for it, and it's up to $100. It's got 23 bids.
So he played with Babe Ruth. He's from the 20s, the 30s.
Yeah, I think he played. I can't read the back, so
it's okay.
But he is a Hall of Famer.
I
mean, he is one of the better rookies in the set, and. It's just, I don't know. It's one of those things. It's kind of like finding like a mint and package action figure, where it just looks like, because, I mean, I don't even know what a Gaudi pack would go for, but I mean, just to find a card that's like essentially these kids took him out of the pack and literally like pasted it in a scrapbook.
Right.
So I had a little heart palpitations for a second, but that was one of my best.
Good old Bill Dickey. And we got Greg. Oh, we need to get an alarm. We got Greg talking about sports again. Yeah, every time.
Then I also got this. I was showing you this earlier, which is kind of a funny one. So this is a Jane Mansfield 1961 pocket calendar. But the interesting thing about it is it says, "You can share my man, Mickey Hargitay, in the love of Hercules," which I like it because it mentions her husband, Mickey Hargitay, who they gave birth to Mariska.
Yeah.
So
from SVU.
And then you brought up the fact that this obviously, well, I don't know, maybe it was, I don't know, because it's obviously kind of geared towards women. But
yeah. The wording seems like she's talking to a woman because she's talking about her man that they can share.
My man.
But the image is like something
Hercules.
that the image is something that a man would want. A woman wouldn't want an image
well,
like that.
I don't know. You can't. Some women would.
All right. I mean, in the 50s, I wouldn't think women.
You don't think there was lesbians in the 50s? You think this is like a modern invention? I'm just kidding. I'm playing with you, man. I'm just messing with you. So those are two fun things. The Bill Dickey card's on sale. The Jane Mansfield calendar is, I mean, I like it too much. I mean, I'll eventually sell it, but I actually think it's really cool.
I didn't bring it, and it's I mean, just because it's adult material too. I did get that binder of like autographed 3x5s of like 20,000, 20-odd stars like Carmen Luvana and stuff. There was a really interesting some lenticular photos and
in the book you got?
Yeah, there were some lenticular photos. There was one of like some she looked like a Spanish dancer or something, and she would do a body roll or whatever.
Oh, like and you could like move it and she'd, like, roll her body.
With the lenticular, and there was a nice photo of Betty Page.
Oh yeah,
Betty
I saw
Page,
a couple of
right?
Betty Page in there. That was cool.
So it was kind of neat,
Yeah.
It's funny that once you've amassed enough a collection of like really adult stuff where it's like stuff like that you're like you'll get to even though years ago I probably wouldn't have bought something like that, but
yeah.
Once you collect enough stuff you're like
just give me more.
Yeah.
And then I did go back Saturday for a little bit. Saw you
I went
there
with the Toy Depot boys.
Yeah. I think the second day I just bought trading cards.
Yeah.
I don't have them with you. I bought like a race card set, and then one guy in the other room had all these old like kind of tobacco sort of cards of movie stars and stuff.
Okay.
And so I bought a couple things like that.
Golden era Hollywood.
Yeah, well actually it was like golden era rock and roll, and I bought all of the black entertainers. So I got like 2 Little Richards. I got a I think Count Basie. Fats Domino, a couple other people. And it was funny because I was like, I don't know how much these are. And he's like, do you have any Beatles or Marilyn Monroe in there? And I was like, nope. He goes, 50 cents a piece. So I was like, I was happy because, that's pretty cheap. I mean, I don't know. They're like, it's early. They're early cards. They're black entertainers. I mean, it's kind of like Little Richard Rookie. Who wouldn't want that? Or second year,
What I did get that I never got before second day there was I went to the cafeteria and I got myself a turkey focaccia sandwich.
Ooh.
I never eat at these.
Yeah, I'm surprised you ate the snack. How
conventions.
is it?
It was good. It was good. It was actually like it tasted homemade and fresh. It wasn't like convention food.
Yeah,
you know
look,
what I mean?
it's hard for me to eat because at those places, because generally they don't have a vegan option.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say from that show, the food seems better than some of the other shows.
Right. It seemed more homemade. I mean, if you get a hot dog's gonna be a hot dog. Right. But I mean, it feels like the first day it was like some pulled pork or
focaccia bread,
Yeah. Turkey, pesto, lettuce,
Oh,
so
man.
yeah, it seemed homemade, and it was funny. Even when I was looking for a spot to eat, I went outside and I sat down and I bumped into my buddy Pablo, and he's like, "What'd you get?" He's like, "Is that the turkey focaccia?" And then like his girlfriend comes up and she's like, "Got to get that turkey focaccia." He talks about that every year. It's like every time it's like the
so
turkey
it's like
focaccia.
a thing.
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Because I didn't know either because I never buy that. I usually don't.
Yeah.
But yeah, it came in handy. A little Diet Coke. Sat down, took a break. Yeah, we're ready to go.
Yeah.
Great time. I think today, like this show, like the 2 days, I spent more time than I ever
Than you
had.
usually do. Yeah. Those shows are fun just to kind of like hang around and chit chat with the other dealers and collectors, and obviously it's also fun to look.
Yeah. And I next time I'm gonna do the hack. I'm gonna bring a little like blanket or something. I saw like a couple. They had a picnic on the lawn after they bought their turkey focaccias, and they just kicked it. I'm like, dude, that's so awesome. I'm gonna do that next time with Freddie.
Yeah, they need to make like a VIP like section where you can like they have tables and chairs and like some what's the shit where you throw the you try to get the what's it that everyone likes to play?
Skee ball.
No, where you like throw the beanbag or whatever.
Oh, cornhole.
Cornhole, yeah. Some cornholes.
Speaking of cornhole, I feel like that's my $1 million idea for Beanie Babies to come back.
Oh, throw them in cornholes.
Incorporate because they have the bags. They need to make the Beanie Baby bag cornhole bags.
Yeah.
Beanie Baby bags for cornhole. That's the way for Beanie Babies to come back.
Yeah. Steal that idea.
Yeah. What was it? LL Bean. Whoever makes those.
LL
Holla at me.
TY.
Yeah. T.Y. Higgins. Holla at me.
Yeah. Then I'll holler at you.
Yeah.
I don't know who the hell T.Y. Higgins.
Ty Higgins.
I don't know who the hell it is, but they're going to be contacting
you and
bothering you.
He's the receiver on the Bengals, I think.
Oh yeah, he sounds like.
I'm in football mode.
Oh, I know you're getting there.
Yeah, starting to
trying to force me to join the league. I don't know.
No.
I don't know.
We got Lisa, so that's good enough.
Yeah, let her talk smack with you guys. I don't know how to talk smack.
You know what's interesting too? This past few weeks, we've been talking so much about Toy Depot and the Geeking Out, and I've been talking about Glendale All American show. They were back-to-back weeks, right?
Yeah.
The next Geeking Out and Glendale show are also back-to-back weeks in January.
Nice.
Yeah, so you guys get ready. And, I mean, both shows are going to be... I mean, I know Geeking Out is already going to be bigger. We have some celebrity sellers from the East Coast. Like, we're all going gaga over coming already. And then, Glendale is always Glendale. So it's like, I don't know. We're going to have to start, getting ready for these weeks. Hopefully they'll always be back-to-back weeks. We can do La Mirada, Glendale, back-to-back, bookend shows. They should just plan it, because then it'll be easier for people around the country to plan their visits too. If they know that they can come and nail these two huge shows.
Yeah, it's safe here. Don't be scared to come here.
I'm scared. Dude, it's 111 degrees outside. We're melting.
No, just today. It's been we're having a heat wave.
It's hot.
Yeah, then Sunday was Long Beach. Were you at Long Beach?
I was at Long Beach after we went to Jimmy's.
Missed each other.
I got there late.
Yeah.
I got there late.
Yeah, my buddy Eric was back in town, so we were there. I got there. It was funny because I told him I started getting there a little bit later, And then when I got there, one of the dealers that I see early on, he had pulled out some paper, but usually he lets me look first. And in this time, some other people were looking, and I was just like, forget it. It's not worth it now.
You were that guy.
I was that guy.
Again. I was first.
Yeah, I was like, it's not
worth
it.
Who do you think you are? I am.
Well, I mean, when you see certain people looking through the stuff and it's people that buy similar things, not to say that you're not going to find something else, but once you see somebody already looking, I mean, I know people, they'll see me looking through something and they'll be like, oh, well, Greg already looked through it, so I'm not going to look at it. Yeah. And I'm just like, look, I always pick the best stuff, so you have to, you might want to be careful, but,
I feel like I do feel fortunate that the group of guys that I go toy hunting with, we're all looking for different things. Like it just so happens that the things that catch our eye that we're into are totally different things.
Right.
And a lot of times, I try to point things out for them and vice versa. And it's like my eye isn't as good as theirs.
No, I'm the same, dude. Look, I'm very, I think we're all competitive by nature, but I don't really I don't like to me, this is like fun. It is competition, but for me, it's like yin and yang, it's like one day, like I'm going to find the cool thing. The next week you are. Yeah. And like, you really can't get mad at people. I mean, you can, but it's sort of like, there's so much stuff out there and you can't be every place at once. So, like I do that. Like there's the dealer that of, the woman who brings Sarah and I guess the guy Greg. So they have this. It's hard to explain, but if you've been to, they're at Rose Bowl and they're at Long Beach, but they bring this huge 18-foot truck, and they're filled with these rolling racks, and there's just like random crap on it, and then they wrap them in Saran wrap, and then they bring them down, and everybody starts to like get all
like
crazy.
Zombies in The Walking Dead going through all this stuff and
But it's like, like if I see like Kev or I think it's like Scrooge. Do you know Scrooge?
Yeah.
Like if I see a toy, I'll just like I'll be like, oh, hey, you guys, you want this? And they're like, really? I'm like, yeah, dude. Cause it's like, I don't, I could sell the toy, but it's like, I'm not real, it's like, that's more like your thing.
Right.
And, and then...
So save them for your buddies, Ron and Ken.
Well, you got to be there.
I know.
I mean, if I saw you, I would have given it to you.
I know.
But, no, I guess the point being is that it's better to be nice. It's better to be gentle and kind. No, it takes courage to be gentle and kind. Anyway, whatever. Just, be cool, man.
Yeah.
It's, because the one thing that you realize, right, as you get older and you're in different circles, different people, it's generally the people that piss like you off, usually piss other people off. And like the cool people find the cool people, and the assholes, they just are the assholes, and you see them walking around like morons, like, like all freaked out, like that they're going to miss something, or, like totally like, and so
I don't see too many of those. Maybe maybe it's me.
No, well, the thing is I've been doing this for so long. Like I just see, I mean, look, I might be that guy sometimes. I mean, there was like a recent situation where, I try to be friendly to everyone. And there was this one gentleman, this older guy, and, we were digging and I'd see him around. So, I introduced myself and I was talking to him, and, I'd see him now. Now when I see him, I don't it's like turn the other way, because he did the forbidden, which was he reached over in a box that I was looking at. Oh. And when he did it to me, I didn't say anything in that time, but I kept it in the back of my mind. And then another time I was looking in a box and he said something to me, and I turned to Gollum.
Okay.
And I was like, get away. Yeah, I was like,
or is the Bilbo Baggins when he wants to touch the ring? It's like,
yeah. And like, I think, and then since then, the dude is like, he doesn't look in my direction.
Oh, okay.
But, but he probably thinks I'm just being an asshole for nothing. But it's like, dude, you did like, that's why I don't like letting people in, like I'm nice to you one time, and then you're trying to cut in front of my box. You don't do that.
Yeah.
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 Someone's looking in a box first. You wait till they're done. You don't go in the box. You
Or
can go to the box next to him.
Yeah, or you ask.
Or you say, "Hey, are you done looking at the box?" Or, "Hey, can I look after you?" You know.
What I do is like it happens a lot with comics, you know, when guys are looking at the box next to you, and I just casually ask them. It's like, hey, you got DC, Marvel, like what do you see in there,
Right.
you know? So maybe I can.
I will
don't
say
need to
though,
waste
you
my
got to
time.
remember some people will try to do that thing, and I'll do it too if I can handle it. You know, because if there's like 2 or 3 boxes of similar content, you can't go through everything at once. But some people will try to like block it all.
That's no fun. Yeah,
so
that's no fun.
you know,
never
I
do
feel
that.
like if there's 3-4 boxes, you can't. You can go in the box next to the box, but you can't go into the box that somebody's already looking in.
Yeah, I get it. I'm very vocal. If there's someone next to me looking for stuff too, I try to cooperate. Like, hey, what are you looking for? Because it's very rare that we're looking for the same stuff.
Right,
You know.
right.
So it's like, hey, teamwork. Hey, you're looking for that. Okay, check these out, and vice versa. And I've had people like toss me stuff too. You
The
know?
other thing
And
I will
it's
say
teamwork.
too, the other thing that happened this weekend that I also say too, be careful though. Like, no, see what you're doing is respectful, but also stay out of people's business when they're doing business. That's the thing I hate the most. Like I was digging through these photos, and I had my little stack of photos, and I found this Polaroid of somebody doing like Planet of the Apes makeup.
Okay.
And I don't think it might have been for a convention, or it could have been for something. But this like woman, like, and her friends like come up behind me. They're like, "Oh, what the hell? What is that?" And I'm like, "What?" And they're like, "Oh my God, that's like behind." And I'm like, I was thinking to myself, like, shut
Okay.
up.
I mean,
like,
it
stop
was-
blowing up my spot.
But it was the way they said it. You know, it was.
Well, because they were like
I'm not gonna-
hipsters.
Yeah.
They
I'm
were
not-
just like
yeah.
casual, like, "Oh my God, everything here's so cool."
Yeah, that's
And
not- not me. I'm
the
not
flea
gonna be
market's
like
not going to
that.
exist without, you know, you got to have like, I mean, look, I'm a reseller essentially. You know, I do buy things for myself, but I'm not going to the flea market for. I mean, it is fun, but I'm not just going to look.
Yeah. Normally.
Like,
yeah.
it's just like part of my business, part of my
Right.
livelihood. So, you know, just stay out of my business. Stay out of people's business. Stay out of people's business. You know, also too, like if a dealer is talking with somebody, or somebody, you see somebody like if somebody's doing a deal, don't interrupt the deal. Like, let people finish their business, and then you can move on.
Yeah. Right.
Right?
Yeah.
That's all I'm
even
saying.
Even for price checks, I don't like to interrupt people, but I'll kind of do a visual
It's a
cue, and if they
dance.
see,
It's
yeah,
a dance
it is.
sometimes,
It is.
you
But
know?
I don't get into people's business, and it's more as of a like casual
Look,
conversation.
I don't know who's listening, but as more people become resellers, and you know, I think it's important just to hear these things, because you know, there's what it does is it ruins it for everybody else if you can't respect the rules.
Yeah, you're making
know?
me feel self-conscious now. I'm like,
You shouldn't. I mean, it's all
maybe I need
trial
to
and
shut up
error.
sometimes. I haven't been told. I mean, I feel like if I'm intrusive, people will tell me to shut that F up,
Yeah.
or whatever. I don't think I'm crossing any lines or
Yeah,
anything.
or you know, the other thing too is like,
God, what's that?
well, you never you never want to look. You got to kind of sometimes you got to have poker face, because look, it is that dance, right? Like I said last week, like
that's not me.
As the seller, you have the responsibility to do the research and price it before you get out there.
Right.
It's not up to me.
Right.
It's not up to anyone else to tell you what your item is worth.
Yeah.
So if you put $50 on your item and it's worth $500, I'm not going to tell you it's worth $500. I'm going to pay you the $50, and then I'm going to sell it for $500.
Right.
I'm also not going to get too excited when I see it for.
You're right.
You know,
right.
and
yeah,
it's all
right.
part of the game. You know what I mean?
That I understand,
Yeah.
and I don't want to make them feel bad that it's like, you're a fool.
Well, because a
nothing
lot
like
of times too, it's like, you know, most people, like even myself, like I want people to make money, and if somebody makes money off of me, and if I thought that I was charging the most and I actually wasn't, you know, God bless, right?
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
but it's more so the idea of like, I never also want to take advantage of somebody.
No.
You
We
know?
don't.
And so,
do that.
but it's also wrong to show up to a market or show up to a place with your stuff not priced and expecting the person buying it telling you what it's worth. And
Right.
I've dealt with
Right.
that many times.
I've dealt with it, but I mean, I'm fair, and it's just like, let's just, you want to make money, I want to buy your stuff cheap. Let's, rub each other's backs, and like, let's get this done. And it can be beneficial
Yeah.
for both if everyone's fair.
Well, and that's, I mean, also the part of the reason that, I'm going to the flea market and other guys are going to the flea market every weekend is we are treasure hunting. You know what I mean? Like that is part of the fun of going to a flea market because you don't know sometimes, like you don't know who's going to be there. You don't know what people are going to have. You can't, you can't always, I don't know. Anyways, but
it's okay. Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to distract you. I started reading the comments.
Let's wait on that.
Okay, sorry about that.
Yeah. What else do we have? I found this was like kind of the funniest thing I bought at the flea market on Saturday. This one guy was selling everything for $1, and I'm a sucker for that.
It's Doritos Wario.
So it's a Doritos bag from Mexico. It had an expiration date of, let's see, when did these expire?
But it wasn't for any game or anything. It was just
it was it looks like it was 2011 or 2016.
Flamin' Hot Doritos, a Wario
Flamin'
edition.
Hot Limon Doritos.
You know, the hot snacks are not good for your gastric lining.
Unless you're Wario.
They should be ashamed.
That's all you eat.
They should be ashamed for making all those.
That is true though. It's like you can't put cartoons on like vape or like cigarettes, but this is just as poisonous. I mean, how many ingredients you think this has? Probably like 40, 50. Mm-hmm. I mean, I kind of want to take it out and see, but I also don't want to like get any crumbs.
We can.
It's got like corn,
20 something. I mean, we all know how bad it is, and we all
MSG.
know. I was just about to say, we all know there's MSG in it. So
jugo de limón. That's just lemon juice.
Yeah, I was just reading a thing about all this refined ultra processed food. I mean, I don't even need to read it. We all know it's bad for us, but it's not about the knowledge. It's about the action, the choices we actually do make.
Yeah, but I do think it's the same with cereal. As much as I like cereal, that's a whole other scam.
Frosted Flakes. I'm a Frosted Flakes boy. OG Frosted Flakes. Give me that sugary corn milk at the end.
I like Cocoa Krispies. And I like the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup.
Okay, the Cocoa Krispies is not does that have the elves?
No, Cocoa Krispies is Flintstones.
Okay,
and it's basically like Rice Krispie treats with chocolate.
I like the Fruity Pebbles.
Fruity Pebbles are good too.
Fruity Pebbles.
Yeah. And most that's a good thing about it's vegan, but it's only vegan because it's just sugar and chemicals.
Oh my gosh.
So I do still eat like morning cereal, like I eat Frosted Flakes.
Once a year, I'll get the cereal bug where I'm like, I need to get the Frosted Flakes, and then I'll get like some Golden Grams or some Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and I'll go through the cycle.
See, my problem is like one bowl is not enough for me.
Depends on the size of the bowl.
That's true. I guess so. I got to use that bigger bowl.
And we got oat milk now, so it's like cereal with oat milk.
Oh yeah, that's easy.
That's
oat milk is like I think oat milk is like the first like plant milk that everybody likes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. We can all agree on soy or almond because like soy can be different flavors, and then almonds like usually too thin. Rice milk, forget about it. I gotta say though, I grew up in Taiwan. Like soy milk is a very popular thing. Yeah. So I kind of grew up on that, as knowing it's just like a Chinese substitute.
Dude, I love soy milk still. Yeah.
Is it sweetened when you have it or no?
When?
So I don't know when you have soy milk. It's like
generally it's sweet. No, I think they have both, but I think here it's generally sweeter.
Yeah, the kind that we used to have was like very sweet. It's like really sweet. It's so good.
Yeah.
Oh, it makes me want to get some of that
stinky
Chinese breakfast.
You probably ate stinky tofu though too.
Stinky tofu is one of those things that I still need to like. I can accept it. I'm not a big fan of, but I want to become more fan of. Ugh. Durian is the same thing. I've been eating like durian. Like I've had it. I can enjoy it.
I'm thinking of. I think it was either because I've been to Taiwan like twice. I don't know if it was in Taiwan or probably in Taiwan. There was like a stinky tofu, and it was so gross. And I looked down.
Yeah,
and
it smells like ass.
It smells so horrible.
It smells like ass, and it like.
Does it taste like that too?
Yeah, it tastes like how it smells.
Why do people eat it?
It's like you got to think of it as like a funky cheese. Right,
okay.
There's certain cheeses that are really funky, but people like Roquefort or whatever.
Right,
and it's like I do like blue cheese, so I can kind of understand if you want to go down that end. You know, There's some,
It's just so pungent and gross just standing outside that I couldn't even imagine. Like, I just would feel like that foul smell would just follow you.
Man. Yeah.
And then, you know, as you burp and you fart.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not a big, I don't know, man. Maybe I can be
You just have to get used to being in China.
China.
You know? But we'll see. I've been, you know, I think you saw I sent you that profile for the Taipei flea market. You check that out.
Yeah, that's
pretty
cool.
neat, right?
I'd love to go to Taiwan again. I've only been, like I said, I was there twice for like doing Mishka stuff, and only like a couple days each time. But it was really cool. Like,
it's so weird to think of that as like a place, like, I mean, figuratively speaking, like a place on a map. You know what I mean? Because it was just a place that I would always go to as a kid. You know, so it's like
it's interesting because it is different than Hong Kong and mainland China.
It is.
It's very different, and so you know, usually you're like, you know, because kind of like mainland China, I mean, apart from like maybe certain places that are, you know, just like anywhere else where there's more like land or bigger buildings. I mean, you kind of, at least where I've been around China, I can imagine like most of mainland China kind of looks the same, more or less.
A lot of the rural
and then
areas,
Hong Kong has a very obviously interesting look to it, you know, but then Taiwan was like totally different.
Yeah, it's hard. Yeah, it's hard to describe. Yeah,
like even the markets were different than the Hong Kong markets. Like, just I don't know, it's something. But I'm glad that I feel that you feel that way too.
Yeah, it is their own vibe. And after I started like kind of understanding it a little bit more, and then I'm like I kind of understand my own weirdness. You know, like
right. Well, I remember the weirdest thing was I remember there was like this one restaurant that was like shaped like a giant toilet. And then they had like a video, bowls, and then it was like when you got the food was in a toilet bowl. And I was like, that's disgusting.
Yeah. My people, they're kind of weird like that.
Eat out of shit. I don't know.
You know?
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
All right, look at it. Let's see if anyone's making any good comments.
We got Randy in here. We got Renee. We got Joe West Coast. We got Johnny Ryan. Yeah, I was reading. Johnny Ryan's always comes with the weird comments. It was Greg's Art of the Deal that got me.
Oh yeah, Joe Camel.
Yeah, there's probably
what's up, Jeff?
Do we do hot dog talk every week? Do we mention
no?
Hot dogs
Okay, so Jeff's one of my East Coast friends. So we like 2 years ago, I went out to Baltimore, and for Christmas, and we ended up. It was like kind of my friend Nathan, Jeff, and Calvin. We all went to PA to go do some some teaking. Some antique. Go to some antique malls and stuff.
Pennsylvania.
Yeah, Pennsylvania. Okay. And so these guys are really excited to go to this one antique mall that had hot dogs. They sold hot dogs. They had like a snack bar at the antique mall, and that's all they were talking about. The thing is that we got to that place at like 10 or 11 in the morning.
No hot dogs yet.
No, they had them, and then they all ate them, and then they were like sick.
Oh,
they all got sick from them.
Oh, no.
So we kind of have, it's sort of like a weird joke.
Gotcha.
That was a weird trip because then we went to this other, these were places, I went to this other antique mall, and there was a guy playing the piano, and then they had all these Amish, like, pickled stuff. East Coast, there's weird stuff. But yeah, there's a whole food court. Not food court, but like a snack bar restaurant.
I am picking up what you're putting down, man.
Oh, you would have definitely housed them.
I'm all about this stuff. And it's funny because at Geeking Out, your hot dog thing is kind of like us at Geeking Out when we say strawberry milkshakes. Kind of the same.
Why? Because
kind of the same thing.
Oh, because you guys go to Chick-fil-A.
Somebody came. Our homie Hero 1K came in. He actually here's a strawberry milkshake, and we thought he was the coolest thing. We're like, dude, you're the homie.
If anyone just randomly hands you a strawberry milkshake out of the blue, that's incredible.
Even when he handed it to me, I'm like, dude, I'm gonna be feeling this in an hour. I'm not, lactose, whatever, this and that. And he's like, me too, dude. So I'm like, all right, we know what's gonna come.
Randy also mentioned Blue Mara. That's who I was thinking of when I was talking about the vintage. Mike Blue Mara.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna have to go back and listen to be reminded of that, but that's neither here nor there. Thank you.
Yeah, but we thank everyone that listened today. It was kind of today's episode was a little bit of a
what how to say it was a raw dog episode. We're kind of flying without any planned topics, but there's always
stuff going on, but it's just
exactly.
It's just one of those things. Like we were going to talk about like the Mr. T book, but then we didn't get to that.
I mean, that's always like, on
Kind
the
of a
back
backup,
shelf,
yeah.
and it's like kind of like, because I don't know if your circle of people, you kind of know that you did that book, but my friends kind of don't know about that when I mention it.
Yeah.
So I need to just show them the book.
We can talk about that next week.
Yeah, maybe we'll do that.
Yeah.
But we got anything to wrap it up with? One more time, Rood Shop.
So this
weekend.
Sunday, this 12
Sunday,
to 5.
4709 Fountain Avenue.
Yeah.
Right off of Vermont in the 101.
And we'll have it in the, we'll have a link to it.
Yeah,
in the
very
description.
very cool area. Lots of eateries and stuff.
Yeah, it's like a total like hangout vibe.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're around, I mean, I'm gonna be at the flea market in the morning, so I'm gonna go right after the flea market.
Yeah,
Ronnie's gonna.
I'm gonna be setting up,
but like
around 10:30, 11. There's a liquor store next door. Go and buy a drink. Come hang out with us.
Besties down the street. Go grab a self-serve or soft serve. And
go
sandwich.
check out the Scientologists and
a couple things. September 12th and 13th. We'll talk about this more. Is the Arcadia Paper Show,
and we're also doing the 1 year. Well, I'm doing the 1 year Can't Quit You Baby Whatnot show. I think that's around the 13th.
Okay,
also.
cool.
So we'll talk more about that.
So we have that coming up, and then also the Rare Book Fair. The Rare Book LA come at Union Station, October 4th and 5th.
Right, and we'll have LA Card Show to talk about before then. Leading up.
LA
We're
Card Show.
Table for that. Possibly.
Maybe we gotta talk to Adam, see what's up. But I'd like to be there. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So
all right.
I think that's good. I think we got an hour in, and hopefully
and that's what matters.
Yeah, hopefully
we fill the time.
Yeah, make sure to like and subscribe, comment, let us know what you think about us and the show.
Thank you guys, and remember to smash that comment, like, and subscribe buttons.
Just like I just said, Ronnie.
But I don't.
It's that indica,
listen.
bro.
All right, I'll see you guys next week.
Peace.
Take care.